The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Hike up your motherfucking panties.
And pull them to the side.
This is the Hopper.
Fuck you. No bullshit.
Welcome to the Hopper, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake, as with me always my sidekick Adam.
That's right.
Here we go. So we had to reset the stage here a little bit for anybody else that's been joining us over the weeks. So we got started a little later than we wanted to.
Sorry about that. It happens.
And I don't
it's
have
a show business thing.
It is a showbiz thing. So I don't have my drink made yet. So
Go ahead and make it, yo.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and give our public service announcement.
That's right.
While I fill up my cup.
Well, you know, if you're watching on YouTube, you're hopefully already subscribed. But if you're not, go ahead and get subscribed and comment, get involved tonight. Looks like we got one viewer so far. This is great.
You're killing it.
I'm glad that we have one.
That's right.
Also, visit us at theharperguys.com. Follow and subscribe there. That's hosted by Podbean. Also visit us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and Tune In. And you can get to all those from theharperguys.com.
That's right. And if you're feeling a little hateful, if you got something that you just need to get off your chest, you can let us know at our email address, theharperguys@gmail.com. Or if you don't have anything in particular and you just feel angry, you can send a fucking letter to iHeartRadio and say, look, get these motherfuckers on iHeartRadio now. I feel like we're a little too America. We're a little too much fun. They're kind of giving us a hard time. We're waiting for them to come through. If they were any fucking slower, it would be the line at a fucking quick clinic. I'm just saying, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's right.
So don't be afraid to send them a little fucking hate mail along the way.
Well, and we want to say hi to Mackenzie. What's up, Mackenzie?
What's up, Mac? How you doing? So getting started here tonight. That's our intro.
Yeah, we also want to thank Ethan Meeksel for
Yes.
that intro music. Killer intro music. I think I might have had it up a little bit too loud tonight, but I don't care. I love it. I'd rather have it louder than quieter.
I hope that you all join me on a show-to-show basis on playing air guitar while that is actually happening. It's pretty much the best air guitar moment I have every week, so that's what I got.
It's good shit.
It is. So just to get started, we all have family get-togethers, right? So it seems like around the eating, which we all do, there's two other things that happen. Right?
What's that, Jake?
You have people that sit around in circles and talk, right? They talk amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Or you get them playing leisure sports, right? Leisure sports, to me, is any sport that you can participate in while holding your particular beverage of choice.
Are you in your leisure suit?
Yeah. You don't have to be. Or you can set your preferred drink down for a second, and when you take a drink, it may or may not help you with what you do next, right?
I kind of feel if you can hone your skills while heavily intoxicated at your leisure sports, that you do wonders.
Yeah.
Sober. But I don't know if that's true or not.
So at a family get-together, what would be your, and I don't know, maybe you guys don't play games at family get-togethers, but
Oh, of course we do.
what is your favorite game to play at family get-togethers? Because there's a couple different levels I want to attack looking at leisure sports.
I mean, we got the indoor games. We got the outdoor games. Outdoor, I mean, I'm a sucker for cornhole.
I mean, who isn't?
Let's just throw it on the table.
I feel like cornhole for leisure sports is the equivalent of the UFC in real sports. Once a generation, a new sport will emerge that becomes part of the fabric of society.
Right.
I feel like those are equivalents.
Now, indoors, it's not really a leisure sport, but I don't know. Leisure sport, maybe we're not going indoors.
No?
I don't know. Well,
There's not much more indoors. I mean, I was waiting. You started with the indoor trail. I'm like, this is going to be amazing. I don't know.
I mean, darts would be a leisure sport indoors.
Yeah. I mean, you don't play a lot of outside darts unless you're
No.
playing lawn darts, but we'll get into that. That's a whole...
Aren't those called the jarts? Were those not shards?
The jarts.
I thought there was a set called the jarts.
I've never heard of that before.
No, lawn darts are like really fucking kind of insane.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome, but at the same time deadly.
Shout out to my dad's side of the family. We have a 4th of July get together every year. We play those 2 games, cornhole, and we do play family yard darts, and it's fucking awesome. If you can throw a yard dart, I'm telling you, there's some skill involved with it. But it's like cornhole or bowling.
Okay, now you want something in between.
Okay.
This is outdoors.
Indoor, outdoor?
Outdoors. We have a set of these. We haven't used them in a while, but we are taking them to the fucking beach this summer, and it is bocce ball, baby.
Fuck yes.
That is like pool in the sand.
I feel like it's one of those games that's so underrated because most people have never played it. You said it's like pool in the sand?
Yeah, you got the cue ball, right? That you have to go knock around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that you got to throw.
Yeah. Well, one person throws it, and whoever gets, then we see who can get the closest to it, right?
Hell yes. That's a good time.
That's good.
I throw a little shout out here to my buddy Brian Baglia. Congratulations on your he just actually got engaged. So
right on.
Shout out to my boy Brian on that.
Hoo-ah.
Lisa is fantastic. Congratulations to both of you. But his family get-togethers, last name is Baglia. Italian as a day is long.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fucking great. But it was one of those old school things. I'm not saying it has to be this way. I'm telling you how it was. Whenever they had a birthday party, a family get-together, we were close enough friends that we were included with the family. The men would go out and play bocce ball after dinner while the women cleaned up everything else. Now,
amen to those ladies.
Now, to the point, I feel like I helped champion a little bit. We started loading the stuff up then into the cars while the ladies sat down, had a little wine, enjoyed themselves a little bit to where...
Well, I hope so.
It was a little give and take to go with it, you know.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, bocce ball, great time. If you've never played it, I encourage you to get a set and give it a shot.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
What else do I got?
What are the leisure games you play? Because
I got another indoor one.
You got another indoor leisure sport?
Yeah, the ping pong.
Fuck ping pong.
Oh, it's good, man.
Nah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what.
I'm good.
I thought I was... I mean, I'm not a great ping pong player, but I feel like I could hold my own.
Yeah?
You
think you're good until you play somebody good at a game like that.
You remember the German, Mr. Stefan?
Yeah.
This is right before my daughter was born, so this has been 14 years ago now.
Yeah.
He comes over, crashes one night. You know, we had tipped a few back.
Sure.
We get the ping pong table out, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to smoke this. And another level.
Don't you hate that?
Another level.
But don't you hate that when somebody shows up and like he's a pretty cool guy and then he's really fucking good at what the entertainment is for the evening?
Yeah.
You're like, and then he's got a fucking sweet ass name like Stefan.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm the type of competitor that I love it. I want the best fucking. Give me what you got.
Only if it's something I enjoy.
No, I do enjoy it.
I came up with another indoor one, and I don't know if it'll count. And maybe I'm blurring the line between games and leisure sports. But because you have to move, fucking foosball.
Okay.
I mean, you can't stand in one position.
I mean, it is a game.
If you're 9 feet tall and your arms are literally like
all right.
7.5 feet apiece,
I think the definition of a leisure sport is something that you can play and have fun and drink.
Yeah. That's what I said at the beginning.
Right.
So you can drink while you do it. Now, it might in between goals, like timeout, or it gets even competitive to where it's like every time somebody scores a goal, the other guy's got to take a shot. That's what this shit turns into.
Yeah, I mean, foosball is simple.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
Pool's different. So let me back up for 1
it's
second.
Not a leisure sport.
No. Hold on. So when it comes to ping pong, I will say this about ping pong: you can run into people playing ping pong that beat the shit out of you so bad, you know you're not going to win. To where it sucks every bit of fun out of what you're doing.
See, I might go, bring it.
Bullshit. To where you play all night long and you know that this guy's just like 21-3, 21-4, 21-2, like whooping your ass to the tune that you have no chance. That's what my brother Josh did for me on a ping pong table to where...
Now I know why you don't like ping pong.
But I don't like it for that reason, to where like it stopped being fun.
Right.
Now, pool, that is part of the holy triumvirate to me of leisure sports.
Oh, so it is a leisure sport.
Oh, you can.
I thought I said it is, and you're like, no.
No. I said it's something different.
Oh, okay.
It's something that you can do in basically any state of intoxication.
Do you want to reveal?
Okay.
Do you want to reveal the Holy Triumphant?
The Holy Triumvirate?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Do you want me to?
or you want to hold it? That was a little teaser. Let's hold off.
Okay. There's a trifecta that if you achieve these three things in leisure sports, you belong in our Leisure Sports Hall of Fame. I will tell you honestly, of the three, I've accomplished two of the three, and I don't know if I will ever accomplish the third one.
What do you mean? What do you mean accomplish? What's accomplish?
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and jump right into this part.
Well, no. I mean, what is
'Cause I
the
don't wanna- I don't-
what is the accomplishment to the sport?
It is the perfection of the sport.
The perfection.
It's the perfection of the leisure sport that lands you the most prestigious thing that you can possibly do in this game.
Okay,
Okay?
I'm ready.
So-
I'm getting comfy. What do we got?
Oh, you want me to go through them?
No, but
Okay, so let's just go one at a time. I love shooting pool. I feel like it's something that's kind of a bygone thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it's played as much as it used to be. If you can shoot on the break and drop the 8-ball
right.
that's correctly positioned on the break, I've seen it twice. One of them was me and one of them was somebody else. And I've shot a lot of pool over the years. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to get massive action as far as the way that the cue ball hits.
Sure.
It has to end up doing a double push off of something. You end up having to send a ball into at least one rail to come back and get that 8-ball to move off of its center line. I know that's a dork way of explaining it. All I'm saying is dropping. If you've done it, even on accident, way to go you, because it's harder to do than you think.
Right.
So shooting pool. But if you've ever partaken in the Mary Jane and shot some pool, you talk about laser focus.
Really?
Oh man, you put on some classic rock and roll at about a 3 decibel to where it's just kind of playing in the
So
background.
this isn't at the
and
bar.
it can be at the bar.
So where are you putting this cool class?
No, not classical. I said classic rock, man.
okay, classic rock.
Like you're jamming out. You know, you get some Zeppelin. You know,
Yeah.
Right, you start feeling that groove, walking around the pool table, or you don't. Or you keep the pool stick
We
above
almost
the
had
table.
a Led Zeppelin jam out there.
I'm
I
telling
almost ripped into Robert
I
Plant
know,
right
man.
there.
I almost air guitared again. I probably did under the table. I don't even know. But what I'm saying is, pool is one of those games that, to me, it's timeless. It's so much fun, and it's one of those things that it's almost like one of those pictures you see at the mall. That's kind of like the all different shapes and colors, and you stare at it long enough, and you get in, and you can see what it is.
Yeah.
Once you figure out
And then
the
you
game
get motion sick.
right, but once you figure out the game of pool and kind of what you're doing as far as your shot, the angles, the speed, the things that you're doing with it, it's such an amazingly fun game to play. I just feel like it's not something that you have to hit A B 4 times and it's done. Like
Left, right, up, down, up,
it, ta-
down.
it takes
AB
a little
select start.
right. It takes a little bit of mind power with dexterity to be great at the game. So
Right on.
that's the first one. Dropping that one. What other leisure sports do you like to play?
Well, I was thinking about this, and okay, so we said darts, ping pong, cornhole, bocce ball. I almost, and maybe you'll correct me here, or maybe you'll have a different opinion. But is golf not a leisure sport?
Golf is most definitely a leisure sport. If you can't drink a fuck pile of beer while golfing, then you're doing it wrong.
Right. Okay. So I think I got that one right.
Yeah,
So is that not part of the trifecta?
it is part of the trifecta.
So what would be
Do I even have to answer this?
a hole in one?
Yeah. Yes.
So you're telling me if I shot that round of my life, 1 under par or 4 under par, whatever,
Doesn't mean shit.
that is not the
It's not perfection.
okay.
What else on a golf course besides a hole in one is perfection? You can shoot birdie on every hole. Why didn't you shoot eagle on every hole? If you hole in one to every hole, if you got a 9 on 1-9, then I guess that would be the ultimate of ultimate perfection. You would also have a place in the Guinness Book of World Records and would probably end up on Sports Center.
And your name would probably be Happy Gilmore
Right.
because you're not driving a 450-yard green.
That's what I'm
Sorry.
saying. This shit is never fucking happening.
Right.
So, but yeah, a hole in one, that's perfection. It says you have to get it in 3. You're going to put it in 1.
Right. Okay, well, let's take a second here. Who else is out in YouTube land? I
Right.
saw we had
We got Kenzie on.
we had
Who else we got
we
joining
had
us?
3 other viewers, but one of them went away. They're a little busy right now.
It's sad times. That's all right.
That's
though.
okay. Anybody? You can say who you are. We don't mind.
See, we're on a delay, so they probably are saying, they're like, look, fucker, I already let you know. Gosh.
All right. So
That's all right. They'll chime in if they want to.
So you got me in total suspense.
The third one, I think, is the hardest one.
Okay. To even guess?
Yes.
Or to
So it's the hardest one of the
Okay,
three.
so I know what it is.
Well, then you know what it is.
It's the 300 game.
It's the 300 game. A golf shot. I can step up shithouse wasted at a fucking golf course
And it could go in.
and hit the perfect shot,
Right.
and it rolls in. I can step up to a pool table, slosh out of my fucking mind, hit the right fucking shot, it kicks the 8-ball into the pocket. But to throw 12 consecutive strikes
12 bagger.
from the time that the first frame starts, this is the one of the three I don't have. I have the other two. I have a hole in one. It's good times. I have the 8-ball on the fucking break. It's good times. I've been very, very close. I actually, my personal record, it doesn't mean shit. Trust me, there's people that have done way more than this, but I've thrown 20 strikes in a row on a league night. Like, that's my record. Like, I was on fire. It's the only time I've ever shot 800 on a league night, which is, it's not perfection.
2 separate calendar 20s in a row.
Right. But if you hit that 300, now, the ultimate imperfection is because on a league night, for those of you who have never bowled in a league, you roll 3 games, right?
Yeah.
So if you go 300, 300, 300, and you bowl a 900, you're tied with the best people that have ever played this game because nobody could do that better. But just to get one, you get a fucking ring. So that's the holy
You have to pay
triumvirate.
for that ring.
It doesn't matter. Dude, is there a number that you could put on that if you did it, though, that you wouldn't pay? If it was $1,000, I would still pay for that piece of shit tin to put on my hand.
My dad was a decent bowler. I'm not going to say great.
Yeah.
Because every time I asked him, how'd you bowl? He's like, lousy. But I know he bowled a 180 or to a 210, something in that range.
Sure.
He's kind of like me. He knew he was capable of more at certain sports. Now, he did roll 2 300s.
Yeah.
And he got rings for both of them. And
He got 2 300s?
Uh-huh.
Your dad?
my dad,
Fuck.
yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Man, that's a motherfucker.
Yep. He said the first one, he was like, got the ball, all shaking, nervous as fuck.
Yeah.
The second one, he said he was as cool as a cucumber. But he would tell me these stories that the house shuts down.
Oh, when somebody gets to the 10th, if
yeah.
you strike, that's what most people don't understand that aren't avid bowlers. It's 12 strikes to finish it.
Right.
The first 9 are frames 1 through 9. And then you have 3 in a row in the 10th.
Yeah, that's right.
And that is when the asshole puckers right up.
Bada boom, bada bing, whatever.
Right. Then that's when the shit hits the fan right there.
Yeah, but he said the second one he was a lot cooler.
'Cause
Like,
he'd
I've
done it.
already been there.
Yeah.
And I think the first one he said was an ugly ball. Like he had stroked the first 11.
Yeah.
And the last one was like no. And I think he said he might even went Brooklyn.
Oh, he went Brooklyn.
Went Brooklyn and blasted it.
For those of you who don't know that and want to throw that at a party for a little piece of knowledge, if you hit on the left side of the head pin and end up making a strike, it's called a Brooklyn.
Unless you're a lefty.
Right, then Brooklyn's the right-hand side. Now, lefty bowlers always will have the advantage because nobody fucks with their oil. But,
True that.
we shouldn't be checking oil anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Fuck it.
But yeah, I've been close. I've been to the 10th frame twice with the first 9 intact. And the first time, I was shaking like a dog shitting razor blades. I was fucking scared for my life, and the same thing. Nobody else was bowling, because that's the thing too. Is it turns into this weird thing. If any of you have played real sports, not leisure sports, and you've been anywhere near as a coach, manager, player, anything, somebody that's like throwing a perfect game in baseball, you get to about the 2/3 mark and you don't have any friends anymore.
Right.
And the same thing happens in bowling. They're not going to be the person that fucks you up, get you laughing, get you talking about something else.
Which is really kind of what you probably need.
Yes, to where like I keep trying to keep talking and joking. Like I remember the times going through it, and you're like trying to play games and stuff, and you're still high-fiving when you come back, and you want your brothers in arms to all strike, to where you can just keep it going and you got the rhythm, but it doesn't always work out that way. And then as soon as you get up there, there's a one-lane courtesy. I'm going to throw this out there for people to help them out in life. This is a little bit of a life hack. If you go bowling as a family ever, okay, and there happens to be people on the lane beside you, it is etiquette to not step up onto the bowling approach area while that person is up there.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people that don't know this when they go to open bowling.
Ton of people that don't know it.
And I don't criticize them for that. I feel like people just don't know that that's an expectation that goes with it.
If you're up on the approach, if you're even standing up there, don't fucking get up on the boards.
Yes.
Let that dude throw it down. As soon as he starts moving, you can get up there.
Right.
But other than that, I try to take my kids bowling occasionally.
Yeah.
They have no fucking clue.
Yeah.
And it's like wrangling, chimpanzees. They're just all over the place. And I'm
Yeah.
like, for one, stop running.
Yeah.
For 2, stifle yourself.
Sure.
And for 3, get off the fucking lanes while that dude's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, it's most of the time what you end up seeing happen is instead of a 1-lane courtesy on both sides, you end up with like a 5-lane courtesy on both sides because everybody wants to see how it finishes.
Everybody wants to see perfection.
Yeah, true story. This actually happened. There was a league that I bowled in one year where a guy missed the first game. He was texting his friends that he was late, to where he didn't get to bowl the first game. He comes in cold, right? I threw a 9 spare the first frame, so I couldn't get a 300 from that point. He comes out stroking. Cold. No warm-ups right out of the bag, right? We get to the 10th frame. I strike from the second frame all the way up through to where he's spotting me 30 pins. It was an individual league. I know this is dork talk for those of you that bowl, but I'm bowling a hell of a game myself. I just can't reach perfection like him. So it gets up to both of us in the 10th frame, and I was like, I said, hey, if you're cool with it, I'm just going to keep bowling. I said, we can keep alternating shots, but I'm on a roll too. I said, I know that you have 9 in a row, but I have 8 in a row, and I want to keep going. He's like, keep rolling. And the guy finished it out, and I finished mine out. So it was fucking awesome. I rolled a 290 that night, and I won because he had to spot me pins because of the way handicap works.
He rolled a 300?
And lost. But true to form, if you ever get one of the magical 3 in public, hole-in-one in golf, 300 in bowling, or the drop the 8 ball, you're supposed to buy all of the present company a fucking shot, right? So we literally
can't do that all in one day.
What do you mean? Yeah, you do. You drop the $400 at the bowling league, and you buy everybody in the league a fucking shot.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
roll
yeah.
300. So we went in to the bar, and he fucking bought a shot for everybody, and he said, hey, thanks, man. He said, if you weren't up there bowling with me, I would have felt all nervous and weird about the whole thing. But he said, you were striking, I was striking. He's like, I don't even give a shit that I lost. This is my first 300 game. I was like, well, fuck me. At least it was cool I had it rolled against me. So don't ever fuck somebody when they're in the middle of it. Don't be that guy that treats them different. Roll with the punches.
So he probably owed you that 300 because you were keeping him.
Ah, he didn't owe me shit, man.
No, I'm just saying, mentally, he's like, man, if that guy would have just stopped bowling.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Maybe. I'll tell you what, as of right now, Mackenzie, the odds of you making the steak dinner show is going to be good because you're the only one watching, unless I can't see who the other person watching is right now. It's making me sad. If somebody else is out there, please reach out and tell us.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
you know
let
what?
you know, just letting us know.
They're missing a good show, but
Yeah.
they'll be back around.
They'll get it next week.
That's right.
They'll be up tomorrow. So, any other leisure sports? Because if you hit those 3, you go automatically into the Leisure Sports Hall of Fame.
I got more.
Well, let's hear a couple more.
Buddy boo boo. Horseshoes.
That's definitely bygone era.
Don't play it very often, but we would go to this family reunion once a year over at the local lake park, and they always had the horseshoe pits.
Sure.
And my dad, in his prime, he'd love to throw horseshoes. Of course, when he was in his prime, I was not.
Sure.
I was a little shit. But
Sure.
When I got older, I'd throw the horseshoes around with him.
If you find a guy that's good at horseshoes and it's a cornhole event, grab that guy. If you can throw a shoe, you can throw a cornhole bag.
And it's bowling too, dude.
I mean, those 3
It
things.
is all similar rhythms.
It's all about the step, the pace, and the wrist
placement.
action.
Yep. I mean, if you can, well, we all know bowling. It's all where you hit your mark. Same with cornhole. You have to adjust, and
But you have to know your own shot, though, too. You have to
Right.
know what your shot does.
Right. I'm just saying, we all, if you've played enough cornhole, which a lot of you have, you throw it. You know, if you throw it at a slight angle, it's going to drift to the left. I mean, you just know these things.
If you throw that kind of a shot.
Right. Some guys do the pinch. Yeah, I don't know. I never got the pinch, but those guys don't get affected by the wind much.
Nope. But there's other guys that throw flat shot.
I throw fairly flat.
Yeah,
The
you
bag
have
flat?
you have low rotation.
I do like a frisbee almost.
I just have it's almost like I bowl. My last 3 fingers are what finish off the throw. To where I don't get the heavy rotation because I don't rotate with the thumb and the index finger.
So that's where the hop is.
That's right. Hey man, that's one of our live shows. We're gonna end up having a fucking Harper fucking tournament.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. Good way to finish out the summer to where we have the steak show and then we go live with the fucking.
So
Harper
we're not
fucking
going to get to
tournament.
play. We're going to be commentating.
I don't
the
give
whole
a
time.
fuck. I will commentate the shit out of that.
We'll have the cornhole behind
on
us.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Nice.
Jason Bateman, what's up? So, leisure sports. What else you got? Let's fire through them.
I think that's it. There's a inconspicuous one called washerboard. Most people don't know what it is. It's not a real. It's a hill jack made game.
I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
This is the easiest leisure sport game to lose friends at. You want to take a shot in the dark? It involves multicolored balls.
I'm gonna say the what is that? Beer pong?
No, everybody gets drunk playing beer pong. Do you really lose friends over beer pong?
No.
That's the worst thing that happens. You got drunk.
Yeah.
No. There's
Still wasn't paying attention.
There's different colored balls. Everybody gets a stick. There's white U's that you have to roll the ball through.
Is it French? Croquet?
Croquet.
Yeah.
When you get somebody that knows what they're doing, they can become poison and they send you into a land far, far away. It's a game that I've seen people get mad and walk in the house and throw fits over and shit. More than probably any other game I've ever played.
I grew up
That
with
was a yard game.
I grew up with a croquet set. Did we, as like growing up kids, did we ever play it properly? No.
I think growing up in the 70s and 80s, it was part of your garage decor.
Yeah.
Right?
Now then, but I did know the rules, and
Sure.
when we would play it at an older age with a new set that somebody bought one day, it was fun.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a little weird.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I got for leisure sports. If you guys have any leisure sports that we missed, let us know.
I think we're moving into the harp.
All right.
Today's harp.
I harp first. It's your turn to harp first today, buddy.
Are you kidding me?
No, I went first last time.
Jesus, you can't just drop this shit on me like this.
Do you want me to go?
No, I'm kidding.
Fuck.
All right. So the other day, I went up to get my hair did, and I'm coming back through town, and and this is a warm day for our season right now.
Sure.
And I haven't seen somebody stand here before.
Stand where?
Well, it was a homeless person, and they were standing at the end of by the stoplight.
By Lowe's.
No, this is like by McDonald's and in between the bank and McDonald's.
Really?
Out in that big, busy intersection. And she is standing there. And I'm going to tell you what. I didn't get a close look. Looked like brand new jeans. Looked like a brand new hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely wasn't old and mangy.
No?
What's up with the well-dressed homeless beggars?
Preach.
You think that you're going to get money?
No.
And I seen somebody hand something to her, but then it looked like the lady was bitching at her.
Yeah.
So I think she might have been like, either she gave her some money and said, don't buy drugs, and she was a little pissed.
Yeah.
Or don't buy booze, or she said, I don't know what you're doing out here. You don't look like you're homeless. Something happened.
So if you're going to be homeless, or if you're going to pretend homeless,
Wouldn't you look the part?
I mean, I agree completely.
I mean, and she was staring down, and she had her sign, so she was acting the part,
Yeah.
but didn't look the part.
Yeah.
So that's my harp for the day. You know what? There are people that obviously are homeless and need assistance.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
there are also loads and loads and loads of stories of people that make fucking buku bucks.
that portray
Yeah.
homeless.
They go to their decent home, and in the morning they just go out to the corner, and
Yeah,
they're going to make their $25,000 per year.
for sure. So, two quick ones about about people that are portraying homeless to get help. Literally, just this past week, me and my wife were making a trip out to Lowe's. Saw the lady that we see standing at that particular intersection a lot with her sign. It says, "Have 3 boys, could use some help." Right? And she's sitting on a little stool that she has with her. When I pull around, I'm in the left lane to where I'm right beside her because it's 2 lanes as you pull in, right? She's reading a book. She's got a book wide open, reading it behind the sign, waiting for the light to turn for somebody to pull up beside her. Then she stands up, holds a sign, puts her head down like she's real solemn. And it's so fucking ridiculous.
And she's sitting on something too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw that lady, and I'm like, you know what? No one's going to feel bad for you if you brought your egg crates out.
Yeah. True story. Same intersection. I feel like there's like a schedule. Like, remember the sheepdog with the coyote and like how they would punch in and like punch out on the cartoon back in the day? There's a fucking guy that sits out there. I am not saying he's not a veteran. I believe that we should take care of our veterans 1,000%. But this guy's got a homeless veteran sign out there. I've seen him many a times. I believe that one time I gave him a $5 bill early on. I was sitting across the intersection once at the Giant Eagle, right? Getting ready to go forward. I watched a Lexus pull up, stop, get out, get the chair, go around to the other side, grab him, sit him in the chair, and then fucking pull off. I was like, mind fucking blown. Are you kidding me?
He got out of a Lexus.
Got out of a Lexus.
Now,
hand to God, I
do
swear.
you think that was a guy that took him to breakfast?
I think that was somebody that knows him that takes him down there to panhandle.
So you don't think that it was a chance spot where
No
that guy's like,
fucking way, man.
you know what, dude? You've been out here all
People that
for-
own Lexuses do not let random motherfuckers that smell like fucking homeless jump in their car.
Probably not.
You think I'm wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. There is no way I'm wrong on that.
Probably
So,
not.
That's a pretty decent harp. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean that it's just frustrating because you don't know. Most people in this world are generous.
Sure.
Most, not every, but most. And you want to help people if you can, but most people can't. My wife one time pulled up and gave this guy. She had driven past him a few times through the week.
Sure.
She finally was like, you know what? I'm so proud of her for doing this. I can't give this guy money. I can't fucking do it. But she drove to the McDonald's, got a quarter pounder, brought it back to him. The dude fucking was pissed.
Because he didn't get the money.
He didn't get the money.
Fuck that.
He goes,
man.
"What is this?" She goes, "Well, your sign says you're hungry. Eat." You know, he was just pissed. He didn't get what he wanted.
Well, you know why? Because if homeboy's standing there eating his fucking Whopper, his quarter pounder with cheese,
Right.
people are going to be like,
Royale with cheese.
somebody already took care of this guy, though.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe that's it.
To where they're going to roll past and they're not going to help him.
He's got a little bit of ketchup on his lip.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
I was going to give you this $100 bill, but it looks like you've eaten.
I guess
Fuck that lady.
right? I guess it's just the area we live in, though, too, to where we don't have a lot of them, to where, like, the ones that are here definitely seem like posers,
Yeah.
you know, because we see them all the time.
What about you, my man? What's this week's hop?
So, I love my children more than probably anything on earth.
Here it comes.
My wife is right there with them. I'm just saying, there's anybody that has children, there's nothing more precious than your children. But when you hit those moments as your children become adults, and these days are coming for you, I promise, my friend.
I know. I'm listening. I'm absorbing all this.
Right. This is me hopping with you and for you on this one.
Oh yeah.
In the moments when they forget what the life that has been afforded them is, when they have a vehicle, when they have insurance, when they have a cell phone that they are not paying for. Their responsibilities in life are, don't fuck up at school and put gas in your car. You know, the extent of your housework is every 2 weeks we say, take your clothes up and maybe take the dog out on the weekends. So when you get told to do some fucking yard work,
Some simple yard work.
some simple yard work, raking, picking shit up. I don't give a fuck if it's stones out of the grass back into the motherfucking driveway. Do not forget who is paying the bills.
Don't forget who you are.
There are so many kids that would like to be in that situation. Now, I'm just saying, there was probably a time in my life when I forgot how good I had it. You know, if you're watching this right now and you're in the United States, we're in the 1% of the whole world, right? I mean, that's the truth of what it is. But to the children, when you are told to do something and you feel the adult and you go, nope, no, I don't want to do that. And then the parent on the other side says, hold your horses. Yes, you are. You're going to do that. It's that moment. It's the second moment. The first moment, you're allowed to have a moment of dipshittery, right? But when you come back the second time and you say no twice, that's when you deserve to have things taken away from you. And I would hope that that's a lesson that is learned and sticks with children or people, period. You know what I mean? Because there are people in this world that are getting help from somebody else. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need somebody to take your hand and to pull you back up. But don't fucking bite the hands that feed you.
Correct.
As much as we love to bitch about our jobs at work, there are times that you have to step back and say, I got a decent job, man.
I got it pretty good.
I got a job where they know that I work hard. I've got a good rapport with the people I work with. I don't feel like my job's in jeopardy every day I work in there. So maybe you should stop fucking complaining about it. You know what I mean?
Right
and I don't think it's pertaining to just the kids. It was just a certain situation that triggered my thought on that. Now, that being said, if you're listening, kiddo, It happens. I'm sure that I mouthed off to my mom and dad a time or two when I shouldn't have, and I got put in my place. But it was just one of those things that made me think. I feel like we take it all for granted.
Sometimes.
We take living in this country for granted.
I mean, it's amazing when you lose power for a week, how fucked up things get.
It is.
Yeah.
And not that everything's got to be blown up to a grand scale, but I mean, when you got the stars and stripes, you know what I mean?
You got to give them a big hug.
Well, not that you just got to give them a big hug, but it becomes easier.
I like to give them a big hug. Though.
Life hasn't been as tough on this generation as it hasn't been for generations raised in other parts of the world.
Okay.
So don't take the shit for granted. That's my fucking harp. Don't take the shit for granted that's being provided to you in whatever fucking capacity it is.
That's right.
That's my harp.
All right. So
what's next?
We're moving into so we go from the Leisure Sports Hall of Fame to board games, card games, and gambling.
All right.
The little tagline here is, what trips your trigger, Jake?
What do I like to play?
Yeah.
I am, believe it or not, when it comes to board games, I will take games of intelligence over games of chance any fucking day. If you want to play Rotten Apples, Cards Against Humanity, where you have to figure out what the person asking the clue, what they're looking for to be the answer that they pick. Again, I'm not advocating these games. I'm saying if I'm forced into a social situation where I have to play Cards Against Humanity,
right?
You know what I mean? I still want to win because I'm a competitive person. All-time favorite game to play that would be like this would be categories. If you can give an answer, like you'll have 12 categories you have to give an answer to. If you can give an answer that has multiple words that start with the same letter, then you get extra points.
Yeah.
To where if it's like fictitious character and the letter is M and you put Mighty Mouse, that's worth 2 points.
Right. No, I get it.
And that's why I love that game, because with the amount of worthless fucking knowledge that I have when it comes to popular culture, I can usually fill in those blanks pretty well.
As a kid, I used to use that like just for stacking blocks.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So as far as board games, though, that's my board game. Do you have a particular board game that you're a huge fan of?
Like right now, the revisited board games, now that I have kids of age that love to play board games, like right now, my son and I, we play Battleship occasionally. That, to me, that is an old school game that I get into.
It is super old school, though. But I struggle getting through that.
No, but we have the electronic.
Right, it doesn't matter, though. As soon as you find your shit, though, like, the game's over. Like, that's what it takes, is finding your shit.
No. There is so many strategies. It's fun.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. I'm just saying.
This is another game that your brother used to beat the shit out of you at, isn't it?
No, we actually used to play this game pretty close. I'm just saying. You break down a grid. You strategically start taking out marks until you hit. Then you strategically pick other marks until you finish whatever it is off.
Yeah, but what if you're looking for that little patrol boat, the little tube banger?
Yeah, trust me. That's a strategy that my brother used to employ all the time. He would take all the boats and put them way down in the left hand or upper right hand corners, wherever in one of the four corners, and then he would take that little tiny dinghy, the little 2-man, and he would put it out in the deep blue sea. And that was one of his strategies. It's like, you might figure out where my shit is, and you're going to take it all out, but you're going to have to literally space by space until you basically get lucky and hit the board. And that's one of the ways I figured out how to play. Yeah,
that's right.
So that's how you play that shit. Risk is another one.
Risk is good. Stratego, I like that. I am a huge Monopoly fan. Even though it takes a while, I love Monopoly.
I think I have 13 different boards upstairs. I know we've talked about it on the show before.
I didn't know you had 13 different boards.
Yeah, I collect.
If we talked about it on the show, I do apologize.
Well, maybe I've just talked about it in my real life. I love Monopoly. Unlike, I shouldn't have said, Categories is my favorite thinking person's game.
Right.
When it comes to a whole bunch of dumb luck, and I mean, there's some strategy involved.
Right.
The girls won't play Monopoly with me because they can't win. And that's okay. They've tried to gang up against me. That doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I'm good at Monopoly.
If you're smart.
I'm good at Monopoly, but there are times where you don't land on anything and you get your shit beat out of you.
Yeah. You can still play smart well enough. You start making deals. There's things that can be done.
Making deals.
But yeah.
The wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. Out of the 13 that I have, I think 8 of them are unopened. Just tucked away.
Unopened?
Oh, yeah, dude. I love Monopoly.
Well,
man.
if you love it,
I started collecting them.
Play it if you love it.
No, I have I think it's a 50th anniversary set that's Corvette that's unopened, to where all the players are different Corvettes. I have a Saturday Night Live one, that's unopened. It's got Chris Farley on the cover, shit like that. I have a Notre Dame one. that all the different things are things that have to do with the University of Notre Dame. Monopoly is great.
But you'll never play them.
Not those particular ones. No, they're not opened.
Why?
Because I have a standard one and I have other boards that are already opened. Why wouldn't I just play those?
Okay.
I do have a fun one that I think that you would get a kick out of, and I'll have to show it to you one of these days. I actually have a board. It's called Wayneopoly. That doesn't mean anything to most people. Wayne County is the county in which we both grew up in.
Not me. I didn't grow up in Wayne County.
Well, you graduated from a Wayne County school, though, right?
I did.
This board is from 1990, and everything on it is businesses that are in Wayne County.
I have a Cleveland one.
No shit.
Yeah.
I would love to play on that one with you.
That one has like Jacobs Field.
Is that like one of the big two?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think that Brown Stadium and Jacobs Field are the two.
Cleveland Stadium.
Yeah, that's Boardwalk and Park Place.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure. It's cool. It's fun.
What are the four railroads? Homeless shelters?
I don't fucking remember.
I got you. I stumped you, didn't I?
You fucking stumped me.
I fucking buttonhooked you.
Now, I'll tell you what. I like a good game of Monopoly. It does take a little bit of time to play.
Sure.
And so one of the games that the kids got for Christmas a couple years ago was called Monopoly Empire. Now, talk about your Monopoly on speed.
Yeah.
You can play a game. Have you ever played it?
No.
Okay, so this is like you probably would not like it because it's similar but really different.
Yeah.
It's fast paced. You can play a game in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I don't know if I would like that.
But it's different. But it's based on the same premise. But it's kind of neat. It's kind of when you need that like change up. Like if you've been throwing heaters all day and you just want that change up, that something you can just. It's good.
I don't know. Not my thing. Have you ever played missions?
You don't even know.
Have you ever played missions on Risk?
Missions?
Yeah, Risk missions.
I don't think so.
Because when you played the game of Risk, everybody gets different territories. You try to take over the world, right?
Si, senor.
Well, they have one that's supposed to be the abbreviated version, right? To where it'll give you a mission. Take over 24 territories. Take out the yellow player. And you don't tell anybody what your shit is until you pull it off and you flip it over. You can play that game in about an hour or ish. I just feel like so many of the games we play now, it's too long. Yeah. Like they want instant gratification. Like they want to play now and have it be done and over with.
Now I can remember playing Risk. I don't know how many different games we played, but we were like in middle school or like freshmen in high school, and we played until like my mom was away on vacation or not on vacation, but like visiting some in-laws or relatives, and me and my homies, we played until the sun came up. We were playing Risk all night fucking long.
Fuck yeah. We played Risk one weekend to where we started playing Friday night about 7:00. We played all night until from Friday night to Saturday morning. We stopped. We literally covered the game with the boxes so that nobody could touch anything. We went home. Everybody slept during the day. We reconvened at 7:00 and started the same game again, and we played until there was a winner. I mean, I think we made it till about 9:30 the next morning before Wes won. Wes won the most epic game I've ever played of it. So shout out to Wesley Dickens. Way to go, you! I don't know if you remember it. It was actually at his apartment too, so it worked out great.
I don't know if you remember it. You were sloshed, man, but it was good.
It was one of those fucked up weekends. We used to go like 54 hours without sleeping and weird shit back then.
Right.
We were third shifters. So let me ask this.
Yeah.
We've hit our absolute favorite board games. We both play in a poker league together. If we get the band back together.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see if it happens.
We'll see what happens.
We don't
out
need
there.
an answer on that right now. But outside of poker, put poker off to the side. What is your all-time favorite card game to play?
If I couldn't play poker, I'd play euchre.
Yes. For those of you that are from the South that are listening to this, or from the West,
euchre.
Look it up. I know that there's a lot of hearts and spades that are played in other regions of the states. Euchre is one of those games to me. And actually, you know what? Give me your opinion on euchre. Tell me a little bit about why you like euchre, because I just feel like I'm blabbing on about this.
Well,
I didn't
know. I mean, it took me a little. I'm not gonna say I learned it late in life because I learned it when I was about 17. But a lot of my other friends were playing it earlier.
Sure.
So my dad and my uncle were living together, and me and my homie Matt. We'd go visit him every once in a while. We had a good time hanging out. We play darts and stuff and do whatnot. And they're like, "You boys play euchre?" We're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "We're dying to play some euchre." So it turned out that we started this when we were 18, and we knew how to play euchre, but we didn't know how to play euchre. And these two old fellers taught us, and we would switch partners all the time.
Sure.
And of course, my dad and my uncle were twins. Well, my uncle was passed, but
Like identical twins?
not identical. But for the longest time, you couldn't tell them apart.
So they looked alike, even though they weren't identical technically.
Yeah, exactly.
Both boys.
And so they, when they were partners, it's like how you talk about you and your brother. You know all the antics. You know exactly what he's got. So of course they've been playing for, at this time, like 60 years together.
Sure.
So whenever it was me and my friend Matt against them, because we had the same thing, but not nearly on their level.
Sure.
But we wanted to kick their ass so bad.
Oh, fuck yes.
And we only beat them a couple times.
Yeah.
But when you did that, you were like, yeah.
Yes.
And so basically, they taught us a lot of strategies that I had no idea was even there.
Absolutely.
So it was cool.
I agree. Euchre, outside of the poker games, is hands down my favorite game of all time to play. Like you said, if you find the right euchre partner, like you said, my brother Josh, it's not cheating. And anybody that thinks that is not paying attention. It's just when you see the way that cards are played, you know how to play it.
Right.
You know that if they have the trump, they're going to use it. If they don't have the trump, you're going to know it by the fact that they didn't play it. It's situational. Just because you've seen it so many times. 15 years of playing together, and that's typically enough, right? So I do love the game of euchre.
What? We should do?
What?
Fuck it. We should pick one day a week, if we can, if our schedules align, where we get two other guys and we go play euchre in one of the kitchens.
I would do it every day at lunch.
That's what I'm saying.
I used to do it when I was on the shop floor. I used to play every single day.
But those guys will go in there for 20 minutes. They will burn that 20 minutes playing cards. I used to do it too.
Me too.
But we could play for a whole hour.
You look at your hand, you heat up your food, and then you play your first card.
Right.
And you go through that shit, and you milk that extra 2 or 3 minutes if a game's close.
Yeah.
But I outside of playing with my brother, I've had there was a large group of my friends. We felt like we were very lucky that into our strong 20s, into our late 20s, our high school friends, there was a group of 6 to 7 of us that all stayed very, very close. And if any of the two of us ever ended up somewhere together, we knew that we could play together very, very well.
Right.
Because it was a similar style. Those were the fun times when we played together. But my favorite euchre ever, outside of playing with my brother Josh, my friend Brian, right? His sister Emily was in my graduating class. We used to have a euchre tournament at the high school. This is 20 years ago.
Right.
To where you had to play with somebody in your grade. So I couldn't play. My brother and all of my friends were all a year older than me. I was the only person in my friends group that was this age. So Brian's sister became my de facto partner. So I was like, look, if we're going to play together, we're going to start playing. So we start playing on our during study hall. They would let us play euchre,
right?
Like old school. They would let us play euchre during study hall, to where she became a very, very good euchre player. As freshmen, we sit down, right? And so, like, we're in the tournament, we're ready to go, we're signed up, I can't wait. Dude, like that, turns on the fucking charm. I'm watching her. Because you get used to watching. Dude, she's throwing me jacks. She's flipping up jacks. She's throwing me aces. Dude, the whole time. And just guys eating out of her fucking hand. Just eating out of her hand. The whole time. We win the tournament our first 3 years. Waltz right through. Because she plays the same fucking card every time. She's just flirting and joking around with everybody. And, I'm going to try alone. I don't know. It's going to be so weird, So we get finally to our senior year. There's 2 sophomores. The same kids that we beat our junior year. They're not having it. They are like us, only not cool. Like, I know that's a fucked up thing to say, but it's so true. To where she could have flirted until the fucking cows came home. She wasn't going to...
They knew the gig was up.
They weren't blinking at anything.
Yeah.
And she knew better, but, like, that was one thing. Good on her, because she knew better. Like, she got the read on them that they weren't gonna cave to her. So she didn't do anything that was underhanded. And we played straight and won. So 4 straight years, we won the school fucking euchre tournament. I used to talk shit to everybody about it. Like, what, you want to fucking sit down? I'll fucking call Emily right now. We'll fucking do this. You know? So it's such a fun game. You can play one game in about 8 to 10 minutes if you know what you're doing. You know? So
Yeah.
that's definitely
You don't
my
have people
all-time-
saying, "What's Trump?
Yeah.
What's Trump?"
Now let me ask you this question. Random, I know.
Mhm.
If you had to pick between Shanghai Rummy and regular Rummy, which one would you pay?
I have never played Rummy.
Really? Will you have to get a run of 3 or 3 of a kind to play your cards?
I've never played Rummy.
Or gin Rummy?
I mean, I may have played it a long time ago, but didn't know what it was.
One of these nights we're going to have a Rummy tutorial then on the show, and
Yeah.
we'll walk through it.
Which would you rather play?
I'm a Shanghai guy.
Okay, that's good.
It's like a progressive game. You start with 3 cards. Once somebody goes out, everybody plays their points, blah blah blah, to where like you get negative points against you. Then you get 4 cards, 5 cards, 6 cards,
Right.
7 cards,
I
all
gotcha.
the way out to the aces.
I do have a quick story about
Fire.
to back up a little bit about board games.
Oh, sorry.
And this is just real quick. Obviously, everybody's pretty much ever lived in this area has played the ass end out of Monopoly.
Fuck yeah.
So my dad and my uncle, like I said, they're over there, 2 grumpy old men. They're always getting ideas, and they're like, you know
Grandpa.
what? Let's build a board game that pretty much stole Monopoly's idea. I mean, it was Monopoly. It was basically Monopoly on fucking steroids.
So they built Monopoly.
No, they built the game called Empire,
Oh.
and they.
New York.
But they used a similar style like Monopoly, so it was just too much like it.
Yeah.
But the money value was more realistic and all this other stuff. It wasn't like a $500 bill.
Sure.
Right? And I loved it. And actually, I had it. But they submitted it like to Milton Bradley or whoever.
Really?
Yeah, they went through the whole 9 yards and had to pay so many.
Parker Brothers.
Or maybe it was Parker Brothers. Yeah. Whoever they went through. And of course, it wasn't unique enough. Unique New York.
I knew you were going to say it.
And
anytime you say the word unique, you can't help but think of the word New York now.
Right, I can't. So that's just a quick little tidbit there.
Hey, that's good on though. Wait for trying.
Yeah, and I tried actually one time. I had this military type game in my head where
Yeah.
you maybe you use a little plastic army man and you had this large board and I had it all in my head how it was going to work, and then years and years just go by and I never did it. But
Sounds a lot like Risk. I'm not going to lie.
it was really different.
I believe you.
There was going to be like moving parts and stuff to where you could use like catapults and things to like knock over structures. It was going to be like
Interactive.
interactive. Yeah,
Risk.
yeah.
Maybe you build it. Build it and they will come.
Build it, and they will come.
Right?
Not like this fucking show.
I don't give a shit.
I don't either.
We're fucking killing it tonight.
All right, so let's get to the gallows pole.
Okay. I went first again last time. It's your time.
So who are you? Who am I hanging?
who
or
are you?
Who am I putting on the guillotine tonight?
Who are you putting on the gallows? So, for the one person that's watching, for the person watching here, and the millions following around the world tomorrow,
Let's get ready to rumble.
one of the parts of our show is going to be certain people that need to go to the gallows.
Yeah, and on this specific episode, you don't like it being episode.
I don't give a shit. Throw
Wait,
it out there.
what was it? I said something the other one. You're like, no, it's not that. This part of the show, the gallows pole.
I just said it's not a segment.
Right.
That's what they do on morning shows.
So
But they can't say the word fuck.
Who do I think should be on the guillotine or the gallows this week? Porch pirates.
Porch pirates.
Those motherfuckers that come up and steal your packages.
Man, you're talking death
Yes.
over a fucking 48-inch?
Did you see that one video? The guy stole the TV off the porch and couldn't get it into his car. It was so fucking big.
I saw the one where the lady tried to steal the box and she fell and fucked up her leg. And the guy had to get out of the car and come help her,
Yes,
walk across the lawn.
I think you are literally.
You think death? We're talking the gallows, man. We're talking hanging you by the neck until you are dead, dead, dead.
It's okay. What would you rather do if we're gonna go back for an eye?
There it is. That's my answer.
Okay, but what do you do?
One hand.
Take it.
You're right-handed? Put your fucking left hand down.
All right. Well, Jake just saved the porch pirates from the gallows pole because I guess we'll take a hand.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. They needed 2 hands to take my package, Jake.
Yeah. Whoa. I don't know. I don't have enough deliveries to where I can make an assessment of how many hands it takes to...
Do you think there's a conspiracy with the porch pirates and the doorbell camera people?
Is there a conspiracy?
I'm just saying.
You think they're trying to get views out of it?
I think they're trying to sell them.
Making shit funny?
I think they're trying to sell the.
It ain't that funny. I think I might have brought this up on the show. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. If I haven't, I'm going to tell you right now. My wife's boss literally ended up in a situation where he was going to be gone for a while. So he put video cameras on the front and the back of his house that would alert him on his phone when something went off.
Which is a helpless feeling when you're 1,050 some miles away.
But his wife had the same app.
Right.
She's fucking 6 months pregnant with their daughter, laying in bed. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. The fucking thing goes off. They look down. Jimmy fucking homeless guy has a giant fucking cord wrapped around his shoulder. This is here in Wadsworth, Ohio. Plugs into their outside outlet to charge his fucking phone. They find this guy 2 days later doing the same shit at other houses. What would have happened if the dog would have barked? She thought the dog had to fucking piss. She opens up the back door to let the dog out. Next thing you know, she's face to face with a homeless, desperate person. So I can see what you're saying to where maybe some of the videos you see on the internet are bullshit, but at the same time, no, I disagree. And every person that's ever stolen something off of a porch, karma's a motherfucker. It's going to get you.
I mean, as far as thievery goes, you are one worthless piece of shit. To crawl up on somebody's porch just because you think that, yeah, I'm going to get this Amazon package, it's probably something good. Cocksuckers.
But it's not always good.
No.
People order weird shit off of Amazon.
I mean, you
Like-
want my phone case?
Right. Cat
Fuck
pot
off.
holders? Who orders a fucking cat pot holder?
I mean,
Don't get me wrong, I love cats, and I'm a huge fan of pot holders because you burn the fuck out of yourself without
what's
them.
the last thing I bought from eBay was one of those, because my eyesight's getting bad,
Yeah.
and I like to tinker. I bought one of those like magnifying sets where it has like the two clips where you can hold things and you can get in there, you can solder and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants that?
I don't know.
Some guy's gonna run off with that fucking $15 item?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Seems like a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
All right. So
that's pretty decent for,
I
your,
get-
for your gallows. I'm
I
not
guess
gonna
we're
lie.
not gonna put him on the gallows pole, but
Well,
we're at least gonna cut a hand off.
we'll take a hand. We'll take a hand for that for sure.
All right. Who you got?
Well, have you ever wished that you could reincarnate somebody just to fucking kill them again?
I never thought of that.
I mean, just
Bring him back from the dead.
Just because like they took the easy way out instead of actually having to fucking go through what they should have had to gone through because of what they did as people.
Are these people you know?
I mean, not personally. I wish that I had a story that would be akin to that, but
Like
no.
Like
There's a fucking asshole.
you want to bring Jeffrey Dahmer back so you can just fucking stab him in the heart?
I'm not going to bring up names because they have families that are local in the area and stuff, and I know that they've been through enough, but there was a fucking asshole.
Dahmer did too.
Yeah, actually right here in this same town is where his parents were in a nursing home. But anyway, you're distracting me. See?
Sorry.
You fucking took me on a detour. I'm coming back.
Button hooked.
Yeah. This fucking asshole, we'll call him asshole number one. He
Okay.
found out that his girlfriend was leaving him because he was a degenerate piece of shit, pretty much. He'd been in and out of jail, couldn't hold a job, just one of those fucking guys. She made a bad decision, got pregnant by him. I'm not exonerating that, but he fucking screw loosed and he fucking popped her 16-year-old son right in front of her, and then he fucking popped her. The baby ended up being a fucking stillborn. To me, it's one of those things where I know it's hard to say, but it's like, how does somebody else not pay for that crime? Like, it's just a fucked ass thing to where I wish they could bring that guy back and make him go through whatever that was. And I know that that's terrible for the gallows but he just fucking put a gun in his mouth
No.
and didn't have to fucking live any of that.
That's a complete drawn quarter right there.
Yeah, for fucking sure.
Right.
I mean, that's my preferred method if you're going to send a
Or
message.
do what we did to the other guy and throw him off the balcony 6 times. I mean, something.
Right. It's only 3 stories up. I mean, if you're a resilient motherfucker, or if you know how to take a fall, like
Yeah.
this could take a while.
Switch to the back. Switch to the back.
Or at the same time, you might swan dive it if you're trying
Yeah.
to get through it quickly.
End it quick.
I'm just saying. I
No,
hate
I'm
to
on board.
I hate to belabor somebody, for something like that. But to me, it's just one of those things. Like sometimes you hear things that are so fucked up that you're just beside yourself. Or I'm actually going to throw another person. Most of the time when you see the gallows, they're not going to rig those fucking things up for one person, right?
Right.
So I got one more I'm going to throw on there. This fucking bitch that I'm not going to say her name again because there's family in the area, but she's from Cleveland, Ohio. She had a 5-year-old grandson that basically wouldn't stop crying, and she fucking beat the shit out of him with a fucking book. caved the fucking left side of his head in. That's not sexy fucking time on TV. I know that. I'm just fucking saying. Like, to me, there should be
with a book, a book that's probably not all that hard.
Yeah.
Like a hammer. You know how hard you have to hit somebody with a book to cave their head in?
better be one badass fucking book. So
It's a fucking bullshit.
and the bitch is fucking pleading guilty to get fucking life instead of face in the chair. So to me,
Capital.
right? Pay-per-view. Come on, man.
Yes.
Erase the national debt one time.
All right. Those are good. I like those. So let's
Good.
get on to the last one here.
Last topic of the night.
We're not going to draw this out much longer here, but
It'll be easy.
We have to go through this. So we went through Leisure Sports Hall of Fame, board games and card games and gambling. So let's just round it out. If you could be a pro athlete,
Yes.
and we're just going to say you can't be Bo Jackson, you can't do all three of them, or two
one
of 'em.
sport.
One sport. Which would it be?
Let me ask this. When you say pro, am I the man or am I just a pro?
Well, I'm going to say you're the man.
So you're a top 5%er.
At least the top 25 in your sport. That's still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, so you're the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning of whatever you do.
Yeah.
Soccer. All day, twice on Sunday.
Soccer.
And that's from somebody that hates the fucking game of soccer. I can't watch it. The only soccer I ever watch is the World Cup. But
you think if you were born into the graces of
Yep.
of holy soccer fields,
of holy soccer fields,
you would that's what you would do.
those guys are man bitches that fake injuries left and right. They'd never really get fucked. Oh, dude, have you ever seen them? Have you seen?
Why would you want to be that guy?
Look up fake soccer. No, shut up and listen. Look up fake soccer injuries. The videos are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I've
So,
seen some of them.
Now, look up real soccer injuries. You know how many you find? They're like 32nd on the list of sports that you get injured playing. So you can be a professional athlete. I'm pretty sure you can check my math on this. I think they have that 4 of the top 8 positions of the highest paid athletes in all of pro sports.
But is it guaranteed money?
Yes.
Okay.
It's all guaranteed money on all of
right.
those contracts. If you play in the Premier League, you're getting guaranteed fucking money. And the endorsement money in Europe,
But let's take a step
Huge.
back. Let's take a step back.
yeah,
But you're still you.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
But no.
No, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. is who I am.
No. Okay. Your mentality is still you. You still take that brain you have now
Yeah.
and put it into Cristiano Ronaldo. That's you.
Yeah.
You still want to play soccer?
If it means not having a scrambled brain, just like the fucking astronauts,
So you
I
don't-
have all the
Okay.
tang I want in the entire world, and I'm completely fine.
Okay, you got
and
tang.
retire at the age of 42.
You got so
with
much tang,
so
you-
much money I can't spend it in a house in Morocco.
Right. You
Yeah.
got tang. You got
Yeah.
tang and a glazed face from all the tang.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
But what I'm saying is, you don't. Okay, the smashed head and brains. That's the football part. So you don't love. Obviously, I know you don't love basketball more than football, but you don't love baseball more than soccer.
To be a baseball player?
Yeah.
No, dude, fuck that, man.
Oh, that's me
Dude,
all day long.
no fucking way. Could you imagine if you were play along with me here?
I will.
So you are the pick your Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Babe Ruth.
No, I'm not going that far back.
I'm just saying. I mean, pick somebody you're the Mike Trout of your era. You're a 5-tool player. You're the Barry Bonds of right now. Yeah,
Not that. The
You're
Manny Ramirez.
You're the Ken
Dumb
Griffey
and
Jr.
full of-
You're the Ken Griffey Jr. of right now.
Okay.
I can put your face on a cereal box.
Yeah.
You're pretty. Your swing is the only thing prettier than your smile. Right? You play.
Yes, it was.
You play center field like a fox.
Oh,
Right? You hit 300 every year. You hit your 30 home runs.
302, baby.
Right. Who don't love Ken Griffey Jr.? I still love Ken Griffey Jr. I don't even like Ken Griffey Jr. That's how
Yeah.
much I love him. Okay? But are you going to play 162 games in the sweltering heat?
Yes.
And the dog shit on bad teams that don't win?
Who said I was on a bad motherfucking team, motherfucker?
I'm saying
I'm
it.
rolling
I'm
dubs.
saying I'm talking about the people that you're portraying.
Well,
Well, you name somebody you're going to take their place then. Somebody in the game right now that you're going to take their place. I told you Ronaldo for me. I'm going to get to the
Okay.
Champions League every year.
boy, you put me on the spot here.
I am. It's the fucking happen. That's what we do.
I mean,
You gonna go to the Phillies like Bryce Harper?
if I'm
You're gonna be
me-
Lindor and go to the Indians? You ain't getting paid shit right now. If you fucking pull one more hammy, you
guess
ain't
what?
getting paid shit next year.
You put-
Every game you miss is costing you money next year.
You put my brain into Frankie Lindor right now, I'm signing tomorrow.
Okay, but you might be signing tomorrow. I'm just saying. But that's what you're going to pick?
I don't know. I'd have to really think.
Yeah.
Who would I want to be right now? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. There are other things, though, when it comes to there are other professional sports that I think that we don't consider.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and that's stupid that you're even considering it. Soccer?
Well,
Come on, Jake.
Soccer's for the money, the reluctance of injury, and the tang. I would never have gotten married if I was a professional soccer player because I would have been a terrible human being. I'll be the first one to admit that. I'd have been a terrible fucking person had I been a professional soccer player. Now, for the awesomeness, like for the person that I truly am at my core, I would be like a 6-time winner of the world's strongest man. I'd be picking up Atlas stones, flipping up giant fucking logs and shit. You know, I'd be like, what's his name? The fucking, the mountain. The guy that's on the fucking Game of Thrones.
I have no idea.
I am the mountain, y'all. You know?
Yeah,
None of them speak fucking regular English.
I don't know.
It's all slack-jawed English.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I love football, and I really do love basketball, and I could always shoot the rock. So,
You gonna play basketball? You gonna be Jeff Hornacek
no.
from the 3 from downtown?
I mean, yeah, that's what I like to do is shoot the 3. But
I know you do.
But
You're a 3 type guy.
But I love baseball more. That's just it. I love
What position?
the home runs, the great defense. The sports stars.
You don't ever take anybody for home runs, so that's not allowed to be part of your fucking.
Doesn't mean I don't fucking
fence.
like to watch it,
Dude, chicks dig the long ball. You don't dig the long ball.
I do.
You want the guy that hits 320 with 8 home runs a
Okay,
year.
you're mistaking my fanhood with my fantasy hood.
You said my fanhood with my fantasy hood.
That's what I said.
Those are weird
So
things.
listen, so yeah, the home runs, the great defense, and the spot starts. Because not only would I play defense, I would be a spot starter. That's how awesome I would be.
You would be Otani.
Yeah, well, no, because that guy is a bust.
No, he's raking. He's a hitter only this year because his elbow's fucked and he's raking.
Because his pussy hurts, Jake.
Are you watching this? He's raking, dude.
Okay, well, maybe he is. And the mystique of all who played before you. I think that baseball has, I mean, okay, every sport has its legend. I think actually basketball may be next in line as far as I'm concerned.
No, you're wrong.
No, I'm not wrong.
I'm going to defeat you and you're going to be like, fuck.
No.
I can't wait. It's so fun.
I
Can't wait.
I just the names for me anyways, the names with baseball resonate even from like you're saying the Babes, the Ted Williams, all that shit. Football, there's a lot of great players, but I don't.
I'm not talking about football.
No, I'm not either. But what I'm saying is, but basketball, you got the Larry Birds, the
Bird, Magic, Jordan,
Magic
LeBron.
Jordan, all those guys. So there's a more of a mystique. The individual players with football, it's just different because it's more of a team unity.
For sure.
Um,
I didn't pick football. Football would be low
no,
on my list because
but
it
what I'm
fucks you
saying
up.
is, what I'm saying is, baseball and basketball, there's more. And yes, it's team, but it's more individual.
There are things that you can do as an individual to stand out,
Right.
even on a bad team.
Right.
Now, if you're going to talk about that, then you need to go to mixed martial arts or boxing. If you want to be the man that beat the man that was the man, there is nothing more pure than one-on-one, either smashing each other's face.
But if you talked about keeping your brains and shit,
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why I took it. I'm just saying if you want to do it for the prestige, for to be the next Jack Dempsey, to be the next Muhammad Ali, to be the next man, to have somebody look at you and be like, that's the baddest man on the planet. I would never fuck with that guy because he's a bad motherfucker.
it's a bad motherfucker.
That's what it says on his wallet.
It
Bad
does.
motherfucker.
How do I know which one's yours, Jake?
Right. To where like our boy Stipe from Cleveland, he was the world champ for a couple years. That's the title. When you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you're the baddest man on the
Do
planet.
they put bad motherfucker on that belt?
Huh?
They should.
They should. Because you know who wants to fuck with those guys?
Nobody.
Nobody. You don't want to. Anybody that's in contention for the heavyweight title of the world in MMA, you never ever want to fuck with. Hey, welcome on our newest watching. Thanks for jumping aboard here.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
We're just about finished up.
Yeah, we're getting toward the end of the line here.
We are.
So if I could do it short term, MMA.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen.
There it is. I do love Harvey. I actually just watched this the other night.
Winston Wolfe, yo.
Yeah. One of the great characters. Probably the most underrated character of all time. I feel like he should have won an Oscar for supporting actor for that movie. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Should have.
Yeah.
He's a bad motherfucker.
He is.
Every character he plays, he's a bad motherfucker.
He is. Mr. White, right? In Reservoir Dogs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good time. So, I don't have a whole lot left to go off on pro athletes. I mean, I could play any sport and be happy doing it for a short enough period of time.
Yeah.
I will say this. If I could go pro in curling right now,
Curling?
I feel like dude.
You think you'd do some good poon in curling if you were some young buck?
I don't need poon in curling. I can combine my leisure sports and my professional stardom in curling.
One thing's for sure, you're not getting a concussion in curling.
It'd be a weird situation if I did. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's been a blast. Just to throw a reiteration out there,
Hey, it's Chad.
welcome on, Chad. How we
Super
doing,
listener
brother?
Chad, buddy.
It's
Hey.
all right, Chad. Hey, guess what, Chad? You're now in the running. Everybody that listens between now and the end of June, we're going to have our second live cast in June. We'll throw the date out there soon. Between now and then, anybody that listens is going to be eligible to join us on the show for Steak Night in August, where we taste test the different types of
Do
steaks.
you know what?
What?
Chad is actually in Ohio.
You know Fackler?
Well, no, I don't know him.
Oh.
This is Super Listener Chad from Twitter.
Goddamn right. So we can actually get him up here to the fucking house.
Absolutely.
I got the bed set up beside us. Here we go.
I know he's a couple hours away, but hey.
You got to be Fackler and me. Hey, thanks so much for showing up. It's okay that you're late. We appreciate the fucking show,
Better
brother.
late than ever.
That's right. Hey, we'll talk to you guys soon. Pip pip.
Cheerio.